Alright guys, we should be live. Just wait here so I can get some confirmation that everyone can hear me. Alright, we should be good. Okay, so, man, it's like, you know what, when you have an Amazing Fantasy 15 in a box, there's no way you can wait till Sunday to open that bad boy. So, you know I just had to do it, to go live, whatever it takes, we're opening that thing. See, first things first, let's mention the sponsor, the partner, exchangecollectibles.com. Guys, go check them out. They're going to have some really cool exclusives coming. I'll show you as the stuff comes out. But anyway, subscribe to their newsletter. Stay up to date on all the stuff they got coming for you. So this book there's a story behind it, all right? You know, any book like an Amazing Fantasy 15 is going to have a story. All right, so you know, I would love to say that I own this book completely by myself, but I don't. This is basically, you know, a partnership between a few friends of mine, and you know, this book is hopefully going to make us some money. As much as I would love to keep it, it's just not. It's not that time for me to carve that much out of my working capital, you know, for buying and selling comics and trying to make different moves like that. I just can't right now take that much money or sell that many books and tie it up in such a beautiful book like that. But someday, hopefully, I'll be able to keep one for myself. But this opportunity presented itself, and I had to kind of get some people involved, get people committed, you know, to, hey, okay, I'm good for this amount, I'm good for that amount. And then we started the bidding process. Well, you know, it looked pretty good. Like, the book looked like it was going to go for the exact amount that I was thinking it was going to. So, you know, we fire off our max bid literally with, like, you know, probably 4 seconds left in the auction, and we're the high bidder. But it's like right at our max bid. I'm like, oh, please no one bid, please no one bid. And then at the last second, we get outbid by the next bid increment. And I'm like, oh man, you know, oh well, we lost it. Let me backtrack a little bit too. About 2 or 3 days before this auction was ending, I emailed the seller and I told him, hey, just want to let you know, I want to bid on your book, but it's going to take me probably about 3 days to move money around to be able to buy it. And I just want to make sure you're okay with that before I start bidding. You know, because some people may say, no, I need immediate payment. And well, that is what it is. That's not a possibility for this circumstance. So he emailed back, said, yeah, I understand how it is. That's fine. You know, 2-3 days. I'm good with that, but I don't want to wait any longer than that. So I told him, okay, no, we're good. You know, so I'll bid. So we end up losing the bid by the next bid increment. So that's pretty frustrating, but what can you do? So I messaged the guy and I said, hey, you know, I lost by the next bid increment. Good luck with completing the transaction with your buyer. So, you know, he said, oh, wow, that was really close. Too bad, you know, just whatever he said, just to be nice. So a few days later, I send him another message. And I say, hey, just hoping that everything went okay with that buyer. And, you know, he messaged me back and said, well, actually, he's asking me for time to pay. And I was like, okay, well, you know, just keep me updated. So time goes by, I send him another message. He tells me I'm going to give him till Friday. If he doesn't pay by Friday, then he says I'll do a second chance offer. So I'm thinking, all right, man, we got a shot at this thing. We got a shot, you know. So Friday comes, I send him a message again, said, hey, just checking to see if the buyer came through for you. No reply back till about Tuesday next week or something like that. So then he goes, hey, the guy never came through. I'm going to go ahead and send the offer if you want the book. And yeah, we want it, right? And a couple of the other partners in the group were like, hey, well, shouldn't we just have him relist it and try and see if we can get it cheaper? And I'm like, no, dude, because there was the next bidder below us was only, I had outbid them by 75 cents. So we were the second bidder, just ahead of the third bidder by 75 cents. So I was like, no, we need to close on this deal. So they're like, okay, you know best. So we closed on the deal. It took me about the 3 days to get everyone's money and get it into the bank and yada, yada, all that. So we sent it, and here it is. So I'm not going to tell you what the book is, guys, because I know what it is, but you guys don't. So let's kind of keep it a surprise. And then I'll tell you what the plan is for this thing. Sent it registered, which is awesome. Registered or overnight is the only way a big book like this should ever go in the mail. I would have possibly liked to seen a slightly bigger box, just oversized a little bit. It's probably fine, but a little oversizing is never going to hurt when it comes to a book that's this expensive. He's got it wrapped in tons of bubble wrap, so that's obviously good. Yeah, this thing is pretty bulletproof, but would have been nice to have it slightly oversized, the box. Just in case there was like a decent impact, the book would be okay. It cost a little bit to ship. He spent about $70. I was only billed for regular priority, so I was a little bit concerned with that, because I was like, well, regular priority, even the private insurance I have won't cover me that much. It needs to really go registered overnight. So then once he sent it registered, then I was like, all right, cool, we're good. I don't have any worries now. All right, we're getting down to the end here. So, it came from Brooklyn, New York, and it didn't really take that long to get here. I was actually not expecting this book to show up until next week, because usually registered is relatively slow, and especially as I was tracking the book, it was in New York for like 2.5, 3 days before it even left. So I was like, okay, well this is taking a little while, but I knew registered is slow. It's slow but super, super safe. So that's the deal on that. All right, we are getting down to the end, so I'm going to kind of try and keep you guys from seeing the grade. All right, so here, let's do this. Okay, so that's going to cover the grade. So I'm going to show you guys the book. It looks really, really nice. Okay, so here we go with the grade, guys. It's 5.0, restored with slight professional color touch. And the notes say very small amount of color touch on cover. So the thought process here is, 90% of the time, professional color touch can be removed without damaging the book too much. So, oh wow, guys, this book has not been pressed, and it's just obvious. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna get up and see if I can get you guys to see this in the light. All right, let's see what I can do here. See if I can get it to where you guys can see some of the defects that I'm seeing. Okay, you can see some like creasing in through here. I'm sorry about that glare, guys. It's really tough for me to get the right angle for you to see. Yeah, you see the defects here and here. Guys, I mean, there's just defects galore in this thing. Okay. Wow. Eric, fantastic question. No. See, they were not supposed to press this book because at the time that this book was graded, CGC was not pressing books. So I can't remember when this was graded. It's possible that they were. I'd have to check, but this was graded at least 10, 12 years ago, and people really weren't pressing books at that point. Okay, the slight professional color touch is basically what you want to look for. That's the number one thing you're going to be able to unrestore. And as I'm just looking at this thing, guys, oh my, oh my, oh my. We're going to press this thing, and we might be able to get the grade to go up, which would just be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so let's look at the case. You got to be careful with these older cases because people can scam with these cases a lot easier than they can with the brand new CGC cases. So you really got to know what you're doing, guys. I mean, please don't go just, chunking down a whole bunch of change on a book and then finding out that, you got scammed later. So everything looks to be intact. You want to look at these posts. Typically the scam that people will do is they will take this label out and put a different label in. And they usually have to take the sticker off the top of the book to do that as well. So you want to make sure that that sticker looks really, really good, when you're looking at these old labels and stuff like that. This looks pretty good. Plus the guy had owned this for about 10 years, he told me. So also 10 years ago, the value of this book would have been somewhere around $5,000. And being that it was restored, I don't think anyone would have thought to try and play games with the label or the book. But you still want to double check. This is a ton of money. All right, guys. So this book, my bid was $25,000.75, and the extra 75 cents was like my good luck tip to beat someone out if they try to throw in a $25,000 bid, which is exactly what we did. Someone else bid exactly $25,000. Our 75 cents put us into the number 2 position, which was able to get us this book after me being very, cordial with the guy, being friendly, wishing him good luck. It's relationship building, guys. That's all about relationships. That's how you're going to get things done. Other than just throwing sheer money at it, okay? So that's what worked on this. Now, on the back, a few little things I think that are going to clean up. Just a slight dry cleaning in a couple little areas. And man, guys, oh my, I'm just so happy to see these little defects that are going to press. The biggest defects on this book are right here. There's a little rip. And this corner here. I mean, those are really the biggest defects. A lot of this other stuff looks really good. Maybe looks like I'm seeing some of that color touch up in this corner here. Looks like a decent little amount, even though it does say very small, just because it looks darker. And I'm also thinking there might be some right here as well. I don't know. We'll find out because, this is going to CGC and going to get the color touch removed. You know what? I think it's tough to say. There could possibly be some right in here too. I don't know, but it says very small, and I've had another book that they said small amount of professional color touch, and you can go back and see some of my other videos where we did that one, and it wasn't that much. This one says very small, so that makes me think it's just going to be even less. And a little bit of looks like maybe a little fingerprint or a grease mark there. I don't know if that can be dry cleaned or not. But anyway, so here's the next thing that I'm going to do. So tomorrow night, as long as I get off work at a reasonable amount of time. So Friday night, most people should be able to stay up late for this. Okay? I'm going to take this book and we're going to crack it live. And then we're going to go through this page by page and look at it so that all of you guys can have a chance to look through an Amazing Fantasy 15. Because honestly, I mean, who is ever going to be able to do that? If you're going to chunk down tons of money on a book, it's already graded most likely, and no one's going to crack it open just to read it. But since it needs to be cracked anyway, this is a perfect opportunity. I want anyone out there that wants to be able to look at this book to be able to. So you're going to be able to. And if you're live with me, then we can talk about it. You can, hey, show that page again, and I'm more than happy to do everything I can to have you guys experience this with me. So tomorrow night, hopefully around the same time, maybe 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30 Pacific time, we are going to crack this bad boy, and we are going to slowly turn page by page so that everyone has a chance to read this book. And after that, we're going to send it off to get pressed and cleaned and off to CGC. And then we'll unbox it and see what happens, man. So I'm super, super excited. Let's see what we got going on. Eric, ASDF, what's up? What's up? Stephen Oates. Yeah, right. Good comic. I wish I could keep it, man. But there's 3 of us in this partnership, and the book is gonna hopefully make us some money, and maybe I can keep turning that money over and over again, and then eventually be at a point where I can carve off a chunk out of the working capital, so to speak, and put it into a book like this, because obviously I want one. I mean, who doesn't, right? It's an Amazing Fantasy 15. Everyone wants it, and I'd be happy with a grade like this. Yeah, sure, I'd love a higher grade one, but man, a nice 5.0 that presents pretty decent. Yeah, I'm okay with that, But that is gonna do it, guys. So come back tomorrow, man. We're gonna crack this bad boy and read it together. It's going to be flipping awesome. And please like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell everyone what's going to happen tomorrow night, because I think that no one else is doing anything like this, man. I don't know of anyone else that's ever cracked an AF-15 live on YouTube and got it to where everyone can read the thing. So let's get you guys another close-up here of this bad boy. What a beautiful book. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night.